Probing pairs is an activity I use in the classroom for my students to help develop each other's thinking. So rather than it always coming back to me and I'm the one that's developing their answers and responses, they actually end up being mini teachers and developing each other's thinking and their own responses. And that helps reduce then the teacher talk within my classroom and giving the students loads of opportunities to speak, not only a skill that will then translate to their written work and upgrade their language and their responses in written tasks, but also for skills outside of the classroom, in workplaces, interviews, where they'll really need to be able to articulate and speak confidently.
Okay, as Shayna, are you an A or a B?
I'm B.
Good. Carolina, A or B? B. Alice, A or B? A. Lovely. So, A's, you're going to start. What I would like you to do is I'd like you to describe what a twin study is, how it's used in biological psychology to understand human behaviour, and also give an example of one. B's, you are staying silent. You are just listening to what A is going to say. A's, you have 1 minute. Your time starts now. Go.
I think it allows you to be more active in your learning. You get to actively participate in what you're doing in class, and it's not just like something you're doing at home. Like there's a reason why you're coming to class and doing learning, not just doing it at home, because you get to like talk to other people, and those discussions are important because it allows you to like challenge your views, because it's not just you sitting in a room by yourself going, well, this is my opinion, and no one else is challenging that.
Yeah, like in classics, when we have group discussions about getting more ideas for a particular question, and so talking with everyone about it, you gain more opinions about what to write.
I think also like disagreeing with people is really helpful, because even it's sometimes if you disagree with someone, you might realise, oh, actually I didn't think about it that way, and you might change your mind. Or also if you disagree with someone on something, you might think, no, I was definitely absolutely right, and then you're, you know, when you come to writing an essay or you know, whatever, if you come to answering the question, you're going to be like really confident in your argument position.
In RS, the person I sit next to is very, very opinionated, and it's always good to debate with her because she always brings like a new perspective that I never even thought about, or sometimes I'll just debate her just because it's fun. It's fun to just give a different point of view and see her like double down or just try to like argue against me.
Also, at the beginning of the year, when you're in a new class and in a new school especially, it's really hard to share your ideas, and talking to people, it helps you get used to the people in the room and just sharing your ideas, and so I think that's really useful.
Yeah, and building up on talking to people in the room, I think it can build up a lot of confidence within yourself to teach, especially when there's people that have like not like they've missed a lesson and you need to explain, or when we do probing pairs in class and we have to explain bits of concepts to each other, it gives us the confidence that we have the ability to do that, and I think that's really important.
It also makes the lessons really interesting. Rather than the teacher just speaking at you, it helps you just remember things better, I feel like.
When I'm given a question, for example, sometimes being able to just straight write it down, I won't be able to have the thoughts flow properly. But when I talk it out, it's able to flow, like the train of thought keeps going, and it makes it much more useful for me to understand what I'm doing.
I find in mathematics, when we're getting feedback on an assessment or getting, let's say, the mark scheme for a test, rather than having to copy and paste the answer I've been given, I'm actually taught to think of where I went wrong and how, if I had to approach the question again, how I'd go about it. And that often, almost always, involves actually working in a group, in, let's say 2 or 3, and working on it together, learning different methods, different techniques.
The strategies I've learned from active listening and speaking to my peers and colleagues, as well as leaders in education and my teachers and people like that, has really helped develop me as a person.
Kind of similar to that, working in groups where we do like one person is listening, one person's speaking, and one person's writing down, helps you build a good rapport with your classmates, and
especially
like,
when rotating.
Yeah, and like the process of like active listening as well is just as important as actually speaking, because it helps you like fill in gaps in your knowledge and stuff.